Hey guys, this is Ed, Paul, and Anna of Curve Media, and we are here to tell you a little bit more about our sponsor.
Sportsball is a great subscription service geared towards minor league baseball fans. Each box features a different minor league team.
You get a box every 3 months with minor league baseball gear, including different styles of hats like Ed's favorite, the dad hat. The cost is less than $12 a month.
Proceeds from each box goes to More Than Baseball, the only nonprofit dedicated to the well-being of minor league baseball players.
We all know that Parents' Days are coming up this summer, so if you've got a mom or a dad or a grandma or a grandpa who are particularly difficult to buy for, but you know they're baseball fans, this is the answer, guys.
Meet your new favorite team at sportsballbox.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Curve Media Network.
Is there anybody there?
What up, Dad Hat crew? Ed here, and on this episode, I'll give you guys Sam Tanous. He is an infielder for Rollins College, as well as he played last year for the Bluefield Ridge Runner. We talked about his experience as an infielder for both teams, as well as how he approaches the game mentally, physically, and with the diet. So, without further ado, guys, I'll give you the episode. All right. Well, I want to welcome you guys to yet another episode of the Dad Hat Chronicles. My name is Ed, and with me today, I have yet another ball player of the Appalachian League, my friend here, Sam Tanous. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, it's just another day in paradise. Nothing but fun weather here in North Carolina. So you're my second interview, actually, since I've moved from Cleveland, Ohio to now North Carolina. So I'm happy for that.
Yep. It's going to be great.
So I'm going to ask you the very first question that I ask everybody. Growing up, how did you become a fan of baseball, of sports, all of it? How'd you become a fan?
Yeah. So at an early age, I've just been always playing baseball. My dad works for the New York Mets.
Nice.
Yeah. So just at an early age, I've always been playing baseball, and he likes all the other sports, basketball, football, occasionally hockey. And I've always just kind of, tag along with what he's done, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool. So you're a Mets fan?
Yeah, huge.
We're not going to talk about the Mets because they got one of my ball players that we had with us, the now Guardians, Francisco Lindor. And I got to make sure I say Francisco because he was a little hurt about being called Frankie.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, that's the whole issue, but whatever. Okay, so you grew up a Mets fan, huh?
Yeah, well, actually, it's weird. He's switched teams. So I used to be a Blue Jays fan up until third grade, and then he went to the Mets. But then ever since then, I've just been. I'm a bandwagon for wherever he goes. But,
you're a smart man. That's what it is. You're smart. Wherever.
Yeah.
You root for the one that Dad gets paid for. That's what
exactly. That's all.
That's awesome. So tell me. Early age, you just you knew that you were going to be a ball player. Is that what you figured out?
Yeah, I've been playing forever, as long as I can remember. I used to actually kind of like playing basketball a little more. But again, I'm 5'8", so I don't know how many college basketball teams really want that. So
yeah. Usually the D2, D3 schools are the ones that would say, heck yeah, come on.
Exactly, yeah. I figured there was a better future for me in baseball, so trained a lot harder. Just played that all throughout high school, year round, and it's worked out pretty good so far.
Heck yeah, listen, you're in school, you're getting an education, you get to play ball, and then you're at a very competitive, league that is the Appalachian League. I'm sure that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no, it was great. That was the highlight of my life, was playing in the Appy League this summer.
Yep. What team did you play for?
Bluefield Ridge Runners.
The Ridge Runners. So you're going to be playing with them again this year?
Yeah, looks that way. The GM told me last year, he's like, hey, do you want to come back? I said yes. And I'm pretty sure I was going to go back because the head coach, Joe Oliver, I had a pretty good relationship, but he actually has moved on to the draft league.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I'm back with them, like 90% sure, but
whatever. As long as you're in the Appy League, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Good for you. So, so tell me, what position do you play?
Middle infield, mostly second base.
Mostly second base. Okay.
Yeah.
Growing up, who was the one player that you looked up to?
Growing up, honestly, like currently, I don't know. And he's not my position, but I really liked Roy Halladay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got you. Okay. Yeah,
yeah, for the Blue Jays. He was
I
always
get
my
it.
favorite player. Yeah, yeah. Right now, I'd probably say it's Jeff McNeil from the Mets, or I mean, I really like Lenny Dykstra, how he
Mhm.
played the game hard. So those are some of the guys I've looked up to and tried to model my game after.
That's pretty cool. Hey, listen, you gotta at least you're modeling your game after that, so that's pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a lot. So tell me, did you play both game, sports, growing up, basketball and baseball? Do you play any other sports? What did you do?
I played basketball up until my sophomore year of high school.
Mhm.
But yeah, I played baseball all throughout my childhood, but stopped playing basketball sophomore year. Had to kind of wanted to focus in on baseball. Had
Yeah.
to, yeah, Um, but yeah, I mean, I didn't play anything else, but I mean, I love watching football, um, and I love watching basketball still. So,
Who's your team that you follow in basketball?
Boston Celtics because it's right. I'm from Rhode Island, so it's right there. And
Okay.
then
All right.
yeah, and then for football, I mean, you're probably not gonna like the answer, but I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. And
There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, listen, as long as you get your fandom, go for it, my man.
yeah,
You know,
I got a lot of crap for that. Like,
I was just gonna say, hold on a second, because you're from Rhode Island,
yeah,
and that is blasphemy
I
for
know,
you to be rooting for a different team other than the
I know.
Patriots.
It's weird. My dad was a Cowboys fan, but when I remember I was like playing Madden with my cousin,
Mhm.
and I was like 8 years old. I didn't know any football teams at all, and I was just like looking through the teams. I was like, oh, Cowboys, that's a cool name. I'll pick them. And then literally just like now
You
every
just, no matter what,
yeah,
you're a Cowboys fan.
yeah, exactly.
Good for you. Hey, I'm a Browns fan, and I've endured a lot of losing. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so a lot, and I'm talking a lot, even including this year. So
Oh, no. They got a bright future, I feel like, though. They're working.
Baker Mayfield sucks. He's all right. It's not that good. Okay, so walk me through your typical training day for you. How does that work out for you?
Yeah, so just this is my freshman year of college, so it's really been a pretty big adjustment. So
Mhm.
pretty much every day for me, it's wake up. We got class until around 11.
Mhm.
So I go to my early hitting groups at 12. So once hitting's done, then we get into our traditional practice, and that goes from around 2 to like 5:36, and that's just a lot of reps at ground balls. A lot of we're learning plays. We're learning different pickoff plays during first and thirds, bunt defenses. We do a lot of infield, outfield, and then after that, we usually some of the infielders will take some more ground balls, and then after that, we got to go work out. So it's busy. It's a lot of stuff. Been a big
Repetition. Hey, I get
exactly.
it. As you want to be good, that's what you got to do.
You got to. Yeah, everyone's working harder than you, so you just got to keep going.
Hey, listen, amen. So you got to keep going. Now, what school you go to right now?
Rollins College in Florida.
Oh
I know.
man. So hold on, hold on. You go from Rhode Island to New
Yep.
York, and then you are in school in Florida.
Yep.
Is that the school that offered you the
Yeah, they
scholarship?
gave me a pretty good financial commitment. And the coach, he really understands. I'm a player that you kind of have to understand,
Mhm.
appreciate.
Yeah.
I do a lot of little things to help teams win. Some coaches don't see that, but the head coach here, Coach Sjogren, really enjoyed how I played. And yeah, gave me a good offer. So like, it's hard to turn down.
No, absolutely not. Listen, do not get into debt. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Whoever offers you the most, that's where you're going.
Yeah, that's what my dad said too.
He's a smart man.
I know.
So I've had another player, Kyron Cruz. I don't know if you met him before. but he also plays in the Appy League. And he was telling me that, he is a smaller person too. So he has to build up a lot of muscle and all that. Are you in a very specific diet that you have to follow in order to, maintain or at least grow some more muscle throughout the year?
So, I've never been the strongest guy. I've always had to compete.
You're a scrappy player.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. So, my coach told me this offseason or go at our fall exit meeting, he's like, I want you to put on like 10 to 15 pounds. I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I was 150 at the time. And I talked to some of my teammates who were like, you gotta eat a certain amount of calories a day. And I'm gluten-free as it is. Yeah. So
I understand this very well. My wife is gluten-free. I get it.
It's tough. So I kept eating. I ate a ton. I got a lot stronger. I think I'm at like 163 now. So I put on some pretty good weight. I got a lot stronger, and I hit a home run in the inner squad, which was good.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, it was great. So just doing what he asked. But yeah, it's a lot of eating, a lot of working out just to get where you need to be physically.
Gotcha. So what's your typical morning meal looks like?
Usually I'll get, it's a lot of eggs. That's the best way to do it. Yogurt, oatmeal, a lot of milk too. That's what I like. Just a lot of protein shakes. I drink those every morning pretty much. It's yeah. I mean, that's the best time to do it too, because you burn up so many calories throughout the day. It's good to start off pretty high.
Wake up with a shaker bottle in your hand.
Exactly.
That's good. I like it. So during last season in the Appy League, how was that experience for you?
It was crazy. I was one of the younger kids in that league too. I was just out of high school. There were some older kids in that league. I remember I was in the airport and I was so nervous. There were kids that were like going on the same flight as me, huge tattoos. I was like, wow, I'm this 5'8" high schooler going on a plane with these kids. I don't even know what I'm getting into. And then those kids I became pretty close with actually. And but first impression, I was so nervous, but the experience itself was great. The fans were awesome. The baseball was great. All you do is play baseball. Like there's nothing more you can ask for.
Hey, listen, you're playing ball in front of a lot of scouts and a lot of college players that, they're on the top of their league, their game right now. So
exactly. It was such a good experience. Like I loved every second of it.
No, were you like a sponge just taking everything in?
Yeah, I had a really good relationship with my with our manager Joe Oliver, who played for the Reds, won a World Series with them. So he had a lot of baseball experience. He was a catcher, and he would talk to us and be like, "Hey, when a catcher does this, he's kind of tipping breaking balls just by how he's setting up. So when you see that, take off." And I've noticed that with catchers at school now. So I'm like getting a lot better jumps, knowing when to steal. So there was a lot of stuff I learned there. And then our pitching coach, Dennis Rasmussen, was also a big leaguer.
Yeah.
And I would just sit in the bullpen and just learn stuff that he would teach us. Cause I also want to get into coaching someday. So trying to learn as much as I can on both ends of the ball was.
That's awesome. I like it. And listen, you got to learn, right? I mean, a lot of people, they think that, right, that it is only the aspects of working out and working on your craft, but your craft is also a mental craft that you need to develop your mental acuity, to know these little things, like when you say, it's like, hey, look when the catcher's tipping, so that way you take off, go to second, or third or whatever,
Yeah. No, that was great. Just learning. I learned so much stuff baseball wise that I had, and my dad works in baseball. Like you'd figure I know a lot, which I think I do know a lot, but there's so many things that like he hadn't taught me because I mean, he didn't play in the major leagues like these guys did.
Hey, listen, it's cool. And it's always to learn from other people, right? Because you're always going to pick up different things from everybody and then make it your own and create your own style. And that's how you're going to develop as a player.
Exactly.
Did you get a lot of playing time?
Yeah, it was funny. So like I said, I'm not a guy that looks great in a showcase. I don't hit the ball 400 feet. I get a lot of singles, like to bunt for hits. I walk a lot, don't strike out. And like the first day, like hitting, someone said to Joe, he's like, I think this kid's gonna get hurt, like, or something like that about me. And then he told me that later. So I was like hitting last. The first 4 games, and then I had a really good series, and he put me up in the leadoff spot, and I think I started 35 games, like out of the 50, and I had mono for a week and a half, and I broke my finger, so I missed like 2 weeks with injury. So I think I fully healthy, I would have played around 40 out of the 53 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had to go home a little early because of that, but
hey, it happens though. But at least you got to play and you got to showcase, and you're coming back. So obviously they saw something in you that can say, "Hey, listen, we want this kid back."
Exactly. And it was you had to develop like when I played shortstop in high school, and that's no problem. And then once I got to the Appy League, I'm at second base. These kids were hitting the ball harder than I've ever seen before, and they were. I was like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous!" And like I had to really adjust defensively, which was crazy.
Wait, hold on a second. So you came up as a shortstop, and then in the Appy League, you have to transition from being a shortstop to being a second baseman. That's like a different language a lot of the time.
It's not too bad. I actually played second base growing up.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then they moved me in high school. My arm got a little better, so they're like, okay, you're gonna go to shortstop, and then so it was a good transition. But I mean, the pace of play and how fast
it's different.
It's completely different when you're playing against grown men compared to kids in high school.
That's cool. I like it. So, when you're in the field, right? How do you see yourself? Like, what are you doing? Doing pitches and all that. What is like, what's your process when you're out there in the field?
My process is just every pitch. I like to say to myself, the ball comes to me. What am I going to do with it? Just It's a good way that you're not confused. You just stay active. I like to back everything up. Ground ball to shortstop, no one on. I'm running behind first base to back it up. So just really just backing up everything. Ball back to the pitcher. You got to go there. So I'm trying to stay as active and in the game as I can be. But pre-pitch, really, I'm kind of looking at the catcher sign, saying if it's a curveball, I'm going to move myself over here. Really just seeing what I can do to get myself in the best position to succeed.
Gotcha. Do you look at the other batters to see how they're setting up and things like that? Is that something that you also pay attention to?
Yeah, so we did a lot of that. Was actually a lot of like pregame stuff. We had a video guy named Adam who had film on everybody, so he'd show us tendencies of certain hitters. He'd be like, "Hey, guys, 70% pull, so we're gonna play here," and it was great. Like going into a game and having a plan, knowing where you're going to play certain guys, what these guys did, how fast they were. It was great.
So how much of technology plays part into your preparation pre and, even post?
Yeah. So I think it was great because everything was on video. So I got to see all my swings and I would be like, okay, I could do a better job here. I could do a better job here. So it was great to make adjustments to your swing.
Yep.
Pre-game, it was awesome because our video guy, Adam, would come up with a chart of the starting pitcher and be like, hey, to lefties, and I'm a lefty, so he'd be like, to lefties, he throws this pitch 60% of the time, first pitch. So you knew what to expect going into every at-bat you were in because of all the technology they had. That's
crazy good. That's good. Yeah. I like that. That, like I said, just that mental preparation, make sure that, when you are going up to bat, all right, he's about to, throw me this pitch or, depending on, because obviously if there's a running on first or second, obviously that pitch count changes and all that, but you guys are already prepared for that.
Exactly.
Cool. I love that. So as far as, do you do anything post game? Like, are you working out? Are you doing any kind of hitting drills, anything like that when you are after your game?
So, for the Appy League?
Yeah.
So the Appy, it was a really busy schedule. I'll take you through that. That was,
yeah.
We wake up and we had games. We had one off day a week, but, which was Mondays. We'd wake up at around 10 o'clock. We'd have a 10:30 lift with our strength and conditioning coach, which was great. We'd have around like an hour for lunch. That was to ourselves. Yeah. We'd get to the field around like, I want to say like 12 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
We'd do some early cage work where you'd kind of work on the mechanical aspects of your swing. You do some ground balls, then you do a full team stretch, do some more ground balls. Then you get into batting practice on the field. Then you stretch, do whatever you can, you throw, and then that's for a game at 5 o'clock. So really all the stuff takes place before the game happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because when the game's over, you've been there the whole day. It's
time to go home. Get the hell out.
You just want to sleep. Uh, all the stuff really does take place pre-game. That's when we got all our stuff done.
Let me ask you. I've been wanting to find out, because a lot of people are looking to do different things when it comes to training, right? Obviously there's the weightlifting aspect of things and things like that. Obviously working out, when you're doing your hitting drills,
Yep.
fielding drills, is stretching or yoga, anything like that? Is that something that you guys or you have taken to doing in preparation during the week and things like that?
So I've seen guys do it in the Appy League. Myself, I hadn't done it, but I went to this hitting place and they put all these like wires, all the stuff on you to judge what you can do better in your swing, and they do it analytically. So when they did my swing, they were like, your hips got to open up more. Your hips are insanely tight. So when I got back to school, me and two of my teammates, like 2 or 3 times a week, we've been doing yoga, just to get help with the lower back, helping to get more rotation in your legs. And I mean, it's been good so far. I mean, I've felt good, but I mean, it's a process. It's going to take a little bit for that.
Oh, trust me. I know.
Yeah.
I the first time I did yoga, I thought I was going to die.
Oh yeah. It's a grind. It's tough.
Anybody can tell me there's no way in hell that anybody can say that yoga is easy, because I will tell them straight to their face, they're liars. That is one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I've never sweat so much. And I never had a body part I didn't think that there were like body parts in my body that were just going to hurt that much.
It feels really good after. It's just in that moment. It's like, wow.
Right. Like, okay, tree pose. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, and I got to credit my wife. My wife is the one that, got me into it. And then listen, I'm not as young as you anymore. So I had to, I got to do things in order to keep up with, my 3-year-old. So, so that's good. I'm glad that, you're taking up to that, because it is an important part of, of maintaining your body. You gotta, because it is a grind, because you're in college, right? You're playing through, spring ball and then going straight into the Appy League. So that's a full season right there.
Oh, I know. And it was weird too, because I always blew off stretching too. I was always like, I don't need to stretch. I'm fine. I'm fast. I got to the Appy League and some of the older guys, they were tough, but they were just trying to get the best. They're like, no, you got to stretch. Like it's going to help you so much. And they were right.
Good. I'm glad. Awesome. I love that. I love that. Okay. So in college, what's your schedule as far as game day preparation? Obviously Appy League is a little different. You're there all day, but in college, I'm sure it's somewhat similar, but I'm sure there's some differences to it.
Yeah. So like I said, this is my freshman year, so I don't fully know how my day schedule will be. We have our first game tomorrow, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait. But I mean, tomorrow it's an away game, so I think we're getting on the bus, and I think we just go right. Yeah, we just go right into BP, IO, and then it's game time. We can do some sprints. I mean, me personally, I do a lot of sprints before the game, because running's a huge part for me. I can run. I steal bases, so that's something I like to tie. I like to time my jumps and kind of visualize all that stuff.
I appreciate a lot. The game with a lot of people have gone the way of like that they are getting away from the small ball, right? And so and they don't really understand that stealing bases and bunting, and that's part of the game. Obviously, the home runs is a great thing, and that's awesome, but situational baseball, that's key too.
That's like I'm a small ball player. I bunt for hits. I try to bunt for hit once a game, and it keeps your average up in the stat book too. Like that's the thing. Like no one can tell if it's a bunt for hit. It
keeps the defense on their toes, right? Because you don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, we played in Pulaski, and they were not happy with me at all. But it was a 4-0 game, and on second and third, I laid down a bunt to third base. We ended up scoring 2 runs on it. The guy from second came all the way around, and they were so pissed off at me. Like they texted our coach, and I was like, why? Like I was so confused why they were so mad. But then every time we play Pulaski, if it was 2 outs, if I had 2 strikes, their third baseman would come in on me like so
See?
much. Like,
Hey,
it was really
listen,
funny.
they can be mad all they want, and this is one of those things I've never really understood. If you're mad at a player, then do something to stop them.
Exactly. That's why I said the same thing.
Because now they know that you're going to try to bunt, but you may just try to hit it over the third baseman now because that third baseman is coming in.
Yeah, they were in on me that was the first game. They were in every single time. And it was really funny. And I listened to the game, and the announcer was like, "Oh, third baseman's coming in because Sam's up." Like, it was really funny. Like,
That's good.
2 outs. It was great.
Awesome, love it. So what are you majoring right now, or are you undecided in college?
I'm doing communications.
Okay, I'm a communications major.
You are? Yeah,
I am.
So I'm doing that. It's going well so far. But I think it's kind of the best career path for me. What's
your favorite class so far?
Favorite class? I'm taking a class called intercultural communications right now, and you're kind of just learning about just how people from different cultures communicate and how it's kind of in the title. They tell you what it is.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, I'm from Puerto Rico, brother. I know this very well. So there's the communications is very key, and in picking up, the way that people communicate. For me, for example, I'm a person that likes to communicate with my hands a lot. I move my hands, and I need to have something on my hands in order for me to communicate. So and you pick up those things as you go on. So good for you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Your most, I don't want to say hate it because you got to just do it, but the most disliked class.
Most disliked class. Well, last semester it was definitely Spanish, and yeah, that was not for me. I play baseball, and that's such a sport where you want to learn it, and it's just not for me at all.
Google Translate is going to be your friend.
Yeah, exactly. But that was not fun at all.
And you are in Florida. That's Hispanic Central too, man.
Oh, I know. I wish I was good at it. I've tried. It's not for me.
It's just not going to work out, huh? Hey, listen, it's not for everybody. There may be another language that you're going to like, or who knows, right?
Yeah, you never know.
When I was in college, I hated psychology.
Yeah.
Man, that class used to put me to sleep every single time.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, so I'll think of you when I have to take it.
Yeah, please don't, because it was not a fun class.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your expectations for the rest of the year? Now, you obviously your first game is what you said tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep.
All right. So what are you expecting for the rest of the year? Anything that you're particularly going to be working on throughout the college season, obviously.
Yeah. So our team in particular, we're a really old team. Where the kids had the COVID year, and then the next year after that, the conference said if you play under 20 games, you get another year back. So we have guys that are 25 years old, 26 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got some old guys, but so however I can really help the team, whether that's if they need me to go in. I mean, they redshirted. We have 9 freshmen. They redshirted 7 of us. I wasn't one of them, which was good. But however they need me, whatever they need me to do, if they need me to lay down a bunt, they need me to pinch run, they need me to go.
Whatever it is, you're going.
I'm going in, doing whatever I need. But those are the personal expectations. Try to get the most out of the year. Because I can learn a lot from some of these older guys. There's been some guys that have been really helpful to me because they've been there. They've had a whole lot of experience. So learning from them is going to be huge. And then for team expectations, we got a really good team. Like we got a lot of good transfers, a lot of older guys. I want to win a national championship. That's the team goal.
Hey, if you got to, if you will try your hardest to go and get a championship. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's the goal. I gotta shoot high.
Let me ask you, as far as your group, your support group, right? Your family and all that. How has that been, right? Because a lot of people think that it was like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm the one putting in on the work, but not necessarily. Family members are always there, friends are there to help you out. How is that? How do you manage all of that?
Yeah, so I mean, the baseball side, my dad has always been there. I always send him videos of my swing. He's been really supportive. I call him after every inter squad scrimmage or every game, tell him how we
Mhm.
did. He watches everything he can.
Obviously, because he's busy with the team
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah. So I mean, he's gotta focus on work, but I mean, he's watching as much as he can. And then my mom too just really supports me on the academic side. She helps me. She gets my books. She really just does everything that she can to make me the best person I am on outside of baseball.
Hey, listen, you gotta be a good player, but at the same time, it's all about becoming an even better person outside of the field. So that's important.
Exactly, and she does a great job helping me out with all that.
So what do obviously this is one of those questions that everybody asks, and then you say you want to be somebody, later on in life, but then things change. Okay. So what do you envision yourself doing, after, do you have a plan B? How's that? Do you have a plan B
Yeah.
if baseball doesn't work out?
Well, I'm gonna put it on the record here first. I'm going to be the greatest college baseball coach of all time.
Love it.
That that's the goal for me.
I love it. I love it. I think that's good. You got, people, and it's not an insult to you or anybody, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta be able to have a plan B. I'm sure you're going to be very successful as a ball player, but at the same time, you're going to learn. You're, like you said, you're learning from all these other coaches.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah, it's been great because, like I said, if playing stuff doesn't work out the way I want it to, I've gained so much knowledge from all these guys, and it's gonna help in the coaching aspect.
Love it. I think that's key. I love it. All right. So I'm going to go now. We're going to go into my famous, not so famous questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do
All
it.
right. I'm going to give you the easiest one that I want to give everybody.
Okay.
As a fan, when you go into the ball club, what's the very first thing that you want to drink or eat?
Popcorn
Okay.
and
Popcorn at a ball game. All right. You're the first
yeah,
one to say that.
popcorn and it's weird iced tea.
Iced tea?
Yeah.
Gotcha. No alcohol, right? Because you're under 21. We don't do that
No,
right now. No,
no,
absolutely not.
never.
No, never that. Any of that.
Of course
Absolutely
not.
not. That's crazy talk. Okay, tacos or burritos?
Tacos, 100%.
Wow, that was quick. There
Oh
was
yeah.
no hesitation on that
No,
one.
not at all.
All right. Pineapples and pizza, yay or nay?
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Winter Olympics are starting now.
Okay.
Okay. If you were to play a Winter Olympic sport, what would that be?
Okay. Oh, wow. I'd want to snowboard.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, I'm an out of shape person right now. I mean, I'm about to be 40. Well, actually 41 in September. So I would pick curling.
Curling. Okay.
Have you seen those guys? I can make
have.
it. I think I can. I think I have a shot. I just gotta, put some time into it. I think I can do this.
I think you could do it. Yeah.
Rain or snow?
Oh, I'm gonna go rain because you can more likely play some baseball in that.
Yeah. Oh, and also you're missing a one hell of a storm up
Oh,
there.
it's crazy. Yeah, my parents sent me pictures of it. It's nice to be down here.
Yeah, I just moved down to North Carolina, and my friends are like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get some freezing rain, and then about 10 to 12 inches of snow. Keep it up there."
How close are you to Burlington, North Carolina?
How close?
Yeah. You guys
Half an hour.
Oh, right. Yeah, they got a good crowd there. I like.
Yeah, not gonna. I'll say this: Burlington is my team. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
I picked Burlington. But hey, listen, I support all teams equally. I am a huge fan of the Appy League. I think the college woodbat team leagues are awesome. So
That's great.
all right. So breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Okay. Your favorite Halloween costume?
Well, next year, me and my roommate, we're gonna do Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber in those costumes, the orange. And blue.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like it. Your first celebrity crush?
Oh, probably Kate Upton.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. What is your nickname?
The I, I don't know. I don't even
It's
know how to
okay.
describe it. It really just happened. The Midnight Gopher.
Oh, wow.
I was FaceTiming with my friend and completely like I was FaceTiming with my friends from back home at Rollins, and just for no reason, just being an idiot, he just goes, they call him the Midnight Gopher, like as a joke. And then literally my roommate caught on and that just was a nickname. And I got like a shirt that says it too. So
Your roommate next to you is
cool.
laughing, isn't
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
he? What's up, roommate? All right. Favorite birthday cake flavor?
Vanilla.
No,
Boring, but
no other flavor, no like strawberries or anything, just straight up vanilla.
I like strawberry ice cream, but cake, just keep it simple.
All right, okay. Your most favorite TV show that you've binged?
Ooh, that's a good one. Game of Thrones, probably.
Oh, such a good one.
It's
Disappointed
great.
in the last season.
I know, me too. I just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pretend that didn't happen because that was such a shitty ending to that whole series.
I know.
Okay, so do you think that a cereal is a soup?
No, I'm gonna say
Good
no.
answer. Because if you would have
Yeah.
said yes, I would have hung up on you and would have destroyed this recording. Great
I wouldn't have
answer.
been.
Okay, so as an athlete, you've been injured before plenty of times. But what is the dumbest way that you've ever been injured?
Oh, okay. So there's kind of a story with it here, but
Go for it.
Actually, we're playing in Burlington, uh, and I had a pretty good game, all around. And
Okay.
like I said, I'm a smaller guy, so this fan he was drinking a little bit, and there was a man on third, and he was chirping me. He was like, "What is this, the Bat Boy? Is this Make a Wish?" And I was like, "Okay." And I ended
Oh
up
my
hitting a sack
God.
fly. I know I hit a sack fly, and I pimped it. Like I was looking at him, I was doing the shush,
Yeah.
whatever, and I came back and I was just chirping him a lot. And the very next inning, ball goes to my right. I get on a knee to like slide for it. Ball takes a bad hop, hits me right in the face, and
Oh my
the
God.
guy is going off on me. He's not stopping. He just didn't let up. And I
Oh
mean,
my
my coach thought it was hilarious. He loved it. He was
Karma
like,
just came back to bite you in the
oh,
ass.
yeah, I never chirp again. And then like I learned like later in the year, I was like, okay, you can't chirp these fans back. So whenever I got chirped like by a fan, I would just turn around and I'd be like, oh, that was actually pretty good. Like I would compliment like them, and then they'd root for me.
There you go. Because as soon as you compliment them, their whole thing is done. You're done.
Exactly.
It's over with. They can't do anything else. All right, couple more questions here, and then I'll let you go. Let's see here. I'm trying to get some ones here. What is your most used emoji?
The crying laughing emoji.
Okay, all right. I got you. All right, cool. And then let's see. Last one here. I want to make sure that I get a good one. Give me a word in Spanish.
Oh, uh, let's go a different question. Let's go.
I'm going to tell you a little story. I want to come back to it. I'm going to give you another question, but
Okay.
My wife growing up, and she hated, just like you, hated Spanish. Okay. And
Yep.
she literally told her mom, I don't know why I need to learn Spanish. I'm never going to use it. It came to bite her in the ass because she married a Puerto Rican.
Yep.
And my whole side of the family were all loud Puerto Ricans. So she wishes she would go back to learn some Spanish now.
I wish I could do the same, but
okay, so let's see. First fruit that comes to mind.
fruit,
Fruit.
cantaloupe.
Cantaloupes are good too.
That's my favorite fruit. So
I like that. I like cantaloupe. I like it. All right, man. Hey, so where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, my Twitter is. Sorry, let me pull it up. My Twitter is Sam Tanous, SAMTANOUS, and then my Instagram is Samuel, SAMUELTANOUS.
Perfect. I'm going to put all this information on the podcast now, so that way people can find you. Thank you so much for doing this. This was a lot of fun. Good luck to you in the college and in the Happy League, and hopefully I'll probably see you up in Burlington.
Thank you. Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
I will most certainly let you know, my friend. Take care, bud.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode with Sam Tanous. Make sure you guys are following. I'm going to be putting in a link to his Twitter account so you guys can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But before I go, a couple of things, guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this podcast so that way you guys are always in the know when there's a new episode that drops. Make sure you're telling one more person, as well as give it 5 stars. That way I go up on the rankings, okay? Until then, keep on grinding and always support the minor leagues. See ya.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Ed Rivera of the Dad Hat Chronicles. Join me as I interview people just like you and players, coaches, GMs on the path that led you to become a fan of the sport.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball. So get on the site and find a team near you today.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvedbrimmedia.com.